Hello and welcome to Taking You to School with Dr. Tom Prichard, your host, JP John Paz from the Two-Man Power Trip. Of course, joining me, the star of the show, the former WWE World Tag Team Champion, one of the greatest trainers ever in the history of the business, the Doctor of Desire himself, Dr. Tom Prichard. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great, John. How are you doing today?
Doing great. The weather's been nice. Hopefully, we're getting headed towards spring. The winter sucks, so it'd be
I
nice getting some nice weather.
yeah, yeah. I hear spring makes people do crazy things too. So
Yes.
yeah,
What is going on in the world of the JPWA right now?
a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We did a promo class tonight, and guys are coming along very well.
Now, you said people do crazy things in the spring. I wanted to mention this because I thought this was crazy. Did you see that Vince McMahon is rumored to be starting a new league or a new federation, if you will? And he was supposedly hiring cameramen and looking at wrestlers and hiring production people. Did you hear this?
I heard it. I just don't buy it. I don't think
No.
Vince is looking at anybody. Yeah, I don't buy it.
So you don't think he's going to be starting a new league, a new promotion?
No, I don't. That's just my opinion.
What about maybe if it's an entertainment company? Maybe he's doing something
Well, an
else.
entertainment company, is something else I could see, but I don't see him doing wrestling. Who's he going to get to do wrestling?
I don't know. There's literally nobody left. There's too many leagues. There's all the top guys. They were all taken. There's like he couldn't get anybody. He would be screwed.
Yeah. So well, I don't buy the fact that people are saying he's going to start a new wrestling league or organization.
And Conrad and Bischoff were talking about how he met with Fox and Fox denied it. So I thought it was interesting, especially coming from Conrad and Bischoff. Like, wow, where are they getting that information from? That's kind of crazy.
Maybe it's just rumor and innuendo, speculation, whatever.
Ibsen, hello Ibsen. The modern day cowboy Mitch Miller. Happy Wednesday, gentlemen. Happy Wednesday. Whoa, he's back. Sloth is back. Dr. Tom, a
Oh,
little like
fantastic
Jesus.
sloth.
Yes. So much for Jesus. Great story. Is that charlatans? Great story, charlatans. Finally, a guy who won't get offended by you calling him Dr. Tom. Okay, all right.
Well, why would I get offended on that?
Barbara, hello, Barbara. So good to see you. You look great. Hope you're doing well. Sorry I'm late. Wow, you look great, Dr. Tom.
I think she's talking about you.
Oh, maybe. I thought she
Yeah.
meant you.
Hmm.
Maybe. So, Vince McMahon, no. Do you think you would vote no to having a wrestling league on Fox and a new promotion?
Yeah, I would.
Imagine he started a league to go against the behemoth he created that's worth billions of dollars. Wouldn't that be a little crazy?
It'd be a lot crazy.
Ibsen says, speaking of Vince, surprised to see him at the Super Bowl without his mustache.
I wasn't surprised.
Everyone always says he wasn't a fan of anything, but he seemed like a pretty big football fan to me.
Well, I mean, he had the XFL, and I'm sure he loved football too. So, yeah, good to see him out.
Remember he brought in Art Donovan randomly, and he loved
Yeah,
Art Donovan. Yeah, he's definitely a football fan, or
yeah,
was. Well, actually, still is at the Super Bowl, and
right.
those seats ain't cheap.
No.
Tommy Robinson, good to see you, Tom.
Well, good to see you, Tommy.
Jason, hello, Dr. Tom, Mr. John, hello, Jason.
Hmm.
Mitch is saying, time for workaholic Vince to throw in the towel. He's 79. The wrestling world is in good hands. Do you agree?
Well, I agree, but I don't think Vince is going to throw in the towel. I think he's going to be doing something. I just don't think it's going to be a wrestling league.
Do you remember that quote Vince had? He said he's going to live till he's 120.
Hmm.
So that's 40 more years. So I don't know, I don't know what's going to happen.
Good for him.
Phil, good evening. Phil. Tommy boy, I saw you in Dothan, Alabama several years ago.
Well, I've been there several years ago.
Seems like NWA runs Dothan, right? Once in a while. That
They
seems like a good
do, and I
spot.
think they're running Dothan on March 22nd too.
Oh, awesome! I didn't realize they were going back. Nice. Okay, I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
That's a good old school wrestling town.
Yes, it is.
Barbara, is there enough top talent to start another wrestling federation? What are your thoughts?
I don't think so. If there is, they'll get picked up before
So,
anybody can get them.
so somebody in the wrestling business asked me if I can compile a list of, I'm not going to go through it, but a list of free agents that are out there that a possible like league could possibly pick up. There's, it's very scarce. It's like so many guys are signed. Even NWA is a bunch of guys signed. Like everybody,
Yeah,
MLW had some guys signed. So there's like nobody out there.
right, right. If you know that, then you know that. So
And people were throwing out, oh, you can get Brock Lesnar. Triple H said he's still under contract with WWE. He's not. You're not signing Lesnar either.
yeah, and who are you going to put Lesnar against?
That's it too. Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, I think it's pretty healthy on one side anyway. WWE's doing pretty good.
Oh yeah, big time, making a ton of money. Regarding the Rhodes family, Ibsen wants to know, what's the first time that you met Dusty, Cody, and Goldust?
I'm at the Dream in early '80s in Atlanta, and shoot, man, I don't remember. I met Dustin in WWF when he was Goldust, and Cody when he came in.
Did you train Cody at all when he was coming up?
Nope, he was in
Oh,
OVW. Yeah.
did you have to oversee him at all, or you remember you used to go to OVW once in a while? Did you ever have to
Yes.
oversee him?
That would that be in 2007?
Yes, 2007, 2008 ish, I believe.
Because there was a moment there where I was on a leave of absence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you were never down there for the Cody Punk team up and anything like that.
I don't think so. If it was, it was very brief.
Are you surprised that Goldust, aka Dustin Rhodes, is still wrestling?
No, he's in great shape.
Oh, awesome shape. He
Yeah,
uh he can really still like work like I just love his matches. He's a really really good. He wrestled MJF the other week. I thought it was great.
yeah. Well, but Dustin is he's pretty damn good.
He's always been great. Here's an interesting picture. I don't know if you could see that Triple H in the middle there with the two title belts there. Can you see that?
I can see it.
What do you think about that? WWE ID, which is their kind of like their developmental program. What do you think about them having title belts?
Um, I guess it's good. I don't know how they're going to do it. I mean, how's it going to? I don't know really how it's going to work. Is it a global thing, a national thing? Yeah, or how I don't know how it's going to work.
So basically, if it's an ID talent, they're working the indies, they're going to have a chance to win titles. But I don't know, like, how do you book that? Can a person that works for AEW be the WWID talent? Can they win the title? Probably not. So somebody else is going to have to be booking these leagues.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How do you do something like that? It doesn't. It kind of makes things a little more complicated. I think.
Yep. Jason's saying so that Vince might be starting a new promotion, something with Fox. Yes. Yes. Ragu, or no, excuse me, Ronaldo Reyes, Vince's partner, The Undertaker, will help him run the new promotion. What do you think about that, Undertaker and Vince?
Again, you can get Brock Lesnar, and then who's he going to work with? Who's going to work with the next guy? What are you going to do? Where's your crew?
Undertaker also still on WWE contract, still works for WWE.
Yeah. So
Brendan, good evening. Brendan, hello. Magazine Retriever, good evening. Did you hear that Logan Paul has been banned from entering Egypt? He did something to offend the Egyptian government. Did you hear about this?
I did not.
I did not either. Interesting.
Hmm.
I know he used to do some controversial things on social media, try to get attention.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know if WB will be running Egypt anytime soon, but that'll be, obviously something he's going to have to skip if they ever do run there.
Well, I would think so. Yeah, because he didn't want to go over there and stay in jail.
Jason saying, I'm sure Vince can develop new talent. He's done it before.
Yeah, he has, but there's no new talent out there to develop in the time frame that he's got. If the rumor has it that he's going on Fox with a new show soon, I don't see anybody out there who's ready to capture the nation or the world's imagination.
ATF Media. He's got some controversial political takes here. It says America, this is not us, by the way, this is ATF Media. America is finally great again now that billionaires got a $4.5 million tax, $4.5 trillion tax cut, and more people will go without health care due to $800 million cut from Medicare. MAGA is what he says. Interesting. Don't know if that's correct, but that's interesting. That might need to be fact checked there.
Do we have fact checkers? Yeah.
Might need one. Barb says, I heard Dusty was a very good athlete when he was young, good at football, basketball. Is this true?
Yeah, Dream was a very good athlete. He was fast on his feet, even when he was a little heavy. But when he started out, he could move. If you watch some of that old stuff, it's on YouTube. You just got to look for it. Of Florida Championship Wrestling, you watch the American Dream move before he was the American Dream. He was just Dirty Dusty Rhodes. He could move.
Have you seen that celebrity basketball game that's on YouTube with Dusty? He's dominant. He's hitting threes. He's blowing by guys. Like, he was really good at basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what made him so good at wrestling. That's what made him so good at everything he did. He was competitive and had that drive.
And obviously, he played offensive line for West Texas State, right? I mean, that was a jam-packed team full of great guys, great football players, great talent.
Yeah. You know, Dick Murdoch didn't play for West Texas.
Didn't he just hang out there? Didn't he get kicked out of school and he just hung out there? Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and anybody still played in the alumni game.
Oh,
yeah. Nobody's going to tell him he didn't play in the football team.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But you had Tully was great from there. Tito, right?
Yeah.
Hanson. You had a bunch of good guys that played there. Kiniski, your buddy Kiniski. Bunch of guys. Dell Mountain. Dr. Tom. There's a Shipley UK promotion called Kingdom Wrestling that puts on wrestling shows in the middle of a church sanctuary to get people to attend church. That's wild. I kind of like that idea, actually.
Well, they've done it before with church. They've had people do wrestling shows in the middle of their sanctuary to get people to come.
I went to a church back in November for my goddaughter's baptism. Man, they were fired up in there. Music and like real guitars and like it was crazy. I was like, man, this is a different church. It's like I kind of like that. It's almost like infusing a little bit of wrestling into the church. Kind of cool.
Yeah, have you seen the gemstones?
The Righteous Gemstones.
Righteous Gemstones. Have you seen them?
No, I heard that was really good though. I should check that out. A lot of good actors on that.
A lot of great actors on that. Danny McBride, but I mean, wrestling plays a prominent story feature in that. You know?
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah. Really good.
Gotta check that out. HBO Max?
I think so.
Mitch Miller says Dustin's dog Beast, who is huge, was taking part in the Westminster Dog Show. Wow, look at Dustin.
Wow. Good for him.
Remember when WWE used to get preempted for the Westminster Dog Show? Remember they used to move Raw? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
yeah, it is crazy.
That was nuts. Jason said, "Could you see a strong man like Eddie Hall in wrestling?"
Well, Jason, I'll be honest with you. I don't know who Eddie Hall is.
But there has been some strongmen, like Braun Strowman, like legitimate strongmen that have been in wrestling. But then you got the Bill Kazmaiers of the world, who was a legend, but just not a good pro wrestler. So, like Ted Arcidi kind of guy, like
Yeah,
sometimes those
yeah.
guys are just too big.
Too big and don't have a real concept of what wrestling's supposed to be.
Strowman is kind of maybe like the outlier as far as success for those guys.
Yeah, I think so.
Alex wants to know, were you there when Booker T and Batista fought?
I was not.
I've heard several stories about this fight. Who knows if it's true or not? But they all kind of said the same conclusion. Booker T is not somebody that you want to mess with.
I wouldn't want to mess with either one of them.
Right, but apparently he got the upper hand big time in that one. So he's, which I believe. I mean, he's seems like he's pretty damn tough, and obviously
Yeah.
for the mean streets of Houston, Texas.
Yeah. Yeah. Books paid some dues, that's for sure.
And he probably Stevie probably taught him a little bit.
Well, I don't think.
Another legit
Yeah.
tough guy.
Sure.
Ibsen wants to know. He's saying The Rock saying to Cody Rhodes he's coming for his soul is a bad storyline to go with, in his opinion. What's your opinion? Do you like that The Rock returns and he wants Cody's soul?
I don't mind that so much. I mean, that kind of keeps things going. He's really just saying he wants to play with his future and his career. You know, you're gonna put your mind, body, and soul in this. He's gonna grab it. He's gonna take it. And as the final boss, he can make his life miserable if he wants.
Yes. I actually love it just because it's so like, and he even kind of alluded to it on the press conference. It's so like out there that he like said that out of nowhere. Like people were like, What? He wants his soul. What the hell's going on?" Like it kind of leads you to kind of want to watch the Elimination Chamber and see what the hell he's talking. Like he wants his soul.
Right.
What the hell? Like just interesting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's trash talking, and people aren't sure what he's talking about, so they got to tune in to find out. I like
And they
it.
kind of been dropping the little seedlings if you really pay attention. Like he invited him to Moana 2. Like he's trying to get on his good side. He's liking him now. He was impressed that he beat Roman. He was impressed with him the day after WrestleMania. They kind of been, and people are saying, "Oh, The Rock is all over the place," but not really. He's kind of being like I don't know, like how a typical Hollywood person would be. You know what I mean? They change with the wind, if you will. Like, hey, now I like this guy because he's successful.
Yeah, yeah, that's part of real life that I think people can see and feel when uh, if people are being sincere, they're trying to get something, or it's just it's an intriguing part of the story, and I think people are going to like it. Or find one. Hopefully, they'll like it when it comes out with a conclusion.
Do you think he should sell his soul? Because I'm kind of thinking he should.
Well, he's a virtuous young man right now, so I mean, it's going to take a lot to push him there.
I just in my mind, I'm thinking like, just go for it, man. Just take. He's gonna give you, probably millions of dollars. Just take it, man. Just sell
But
your soul.
that's the easy way out, and a hero like Cody Rhodes doesn't take the
Mm.
easy way out.
But maybe The Rock will find somebody that will take the easy way out.
Well, I think The Rock can connive with anything he wants to connive.
With the allegations surrounding Vince, do you really think anybody would want to work with him?
I don't know. There might be some people because not everybody's working for WWE or AEW, obviously. So there's a lot of people who are, but I don't know. I don't know who would want to work with him.
Barbara says Vince poached top talent from every wrestling company and put the territories out of business. He can't do that today.
Nope. No, we can't. different business, different world.
Phil says Dusty, also a great baseball player, which I
Well, that's the other Dusty Rhodes.
shortstop, I believe he said.
Yeah,
Yeah, that might have been the baseball player, Dusty Rhodes.
that's right.
David Rish says, "Hey, Dr. Tom, what are your thoughts on NXT?"
I think NXT is great. I like the. I've never stepped foot in the performance center. From everything I've seen, it's great. They have all the tools they need. If you can't learn down there at the PC or at NXT with the talent they have, the coaches they have down there, then you can't learn. I think NXT is great.
Feels like they turned the tables a little bit with NXT, just as far as building talent for the next level. Remember the complaint was forever that they weren't building enough guys. Like Alexa Bliss was kind of the only one they really built. Braun Strowman technically didn't really go through NXT. He just trained on the road. They were kind of, but it seemed like Bianca Belair, Tiffany Stratton, like a bunch of them. Braun Breaker. It seems like they Carmelo Hayes. Seems like they turned the corner with actually like building these guys up.
Yeah, and I think it just takes a little time. Sometimes everybody has to find their way and find their place, and not everybody's going to move at the same speed. So they just got to find it.
Ibsen has a great question for you. If Vince wants to train, if wants you to train future talent for his new federation, would you do it?
Well, yeah, but he's not going to have a new federation. But yeah, I'd
Hypothetically, though,
tell.
you would.
Yeah, hypothetically, sure.
Nice, I like that. From Scorch, Trish Stratus has been inducted into the International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame for 2025. That is yet another accolade for Trish. She will go into the
Good.
International Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Congratulations, Trish.
Trish Stratus is the Benjamin Button of wrestling. She literally ages backwards. I saw a picture of her standing next to Tiffany Stratton. She almost looks younger than Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton's probably like 20-something years younger than her. It's crazy. It's
Wow.
absolutely crazy. She
Yeah,
looks great.
no
And she's
doubt.
back, obviously. She's wrestling. She'll be wrestling on Saturday, Trish.
At
Elimination
the
Chamber.
what is she in the chamber?
No, she's in a tag match. It's her and Tiffany Stratton against Candice LeRae and Nia Jax.
Uh-huh.
Tag match, yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, pretty cool. Toronto, her hometown, so she's wrestling again. Triple H is
Yeah.
bringing in the legends like crazy. He keeps bringing them back.
Well, good.
From Brendan, do you think this is the right time for Cody to turn heel, or do you think WWE will throw a curveball and the winner of the Chamber sells their soul to The Rock?
I don't know that it's the right time to turn Cody heel right now. I think whoever wins the Elimination Chamber is definitely there's definitely enough twists and turns to make it interesting. But I think Cody's going to WrestleMania as a babyface.
He is the big baby face. He is the
Yes, he
big
is.
merch seller.
Yes, he is.
I don't know if you turn him, though, necessarily just because of him being the big baby face and the merch seller, how much money they've been making over the last year and all the sellouts.
Yeah, I wouldn't turn him.
Is there a way that they could have Rock versus Cody at WrestleMania and not have the Elimination Chamber winner be in it? You know what I mean? Like, how could they get to Rock Cody? Or was Rock not wrestling this year?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard any secret tips or scoops or anything like that, but I don't know. They could do anything they wanted. They could fix it however they want to fix it. Um, but I don't know if it's Rock and Cody that is the right matchup. Maybe it is.
It would be nice. Barbara saying, is TBS the reason WCW went bankrupt because they didn't want wrestling anymore on the channel? Now AEW is on TBS. What made them bring wrestling back?
Well, I think AEW pays TBS, and that's what allowed them to bring wrestling back.
They have an yeah, they have a partial ownership stake in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and TBS, if you will, Turner, they did, the corporate side did kind of kill WCW. They did absolutely want them off the station.
Yeah, so I think AEW just is paying for the time.
Dwayne Anglo, thoughts on the Hardy Boys return to WWE last night, a part of NXT.
I didn't know they returned to WWE last night on
Yes, a part of
NXT.
NXT. They won a tag match. Yep, and then they're going to be on NXT next week, or no, not next week. I think in 2 weeks when they're in New York City. So the Hardy Boys kind of
Oh,
making a little bit of a mini return here.
good for them. Good for them. So that was kept on the wraps for a while, I guess. That's been
Yeah,
talking about.
with the NXT TNA partnership, that was able to bring them kind of smoothly back over, which was obviously ideal.
Ah,
Definitely the biggest names in TNA.
very nice. Good for them.
Moose was on last night too. He beat Brian Pillman Jr. So a lot of TNA crossover.
Moose did.
Yeah.
So is Brian Pillman Jr. no longer the Heritage Champion?
No, I think it was for the TNA X Division title, Moose's title. I think that's what the match was
Oh,
for,
okay.
and Moose got the win.
Gotcha. Well, good for those guys.
ATF. Oh, we need a fact checker here. Fox News and CNN both report $880 billion will be cut from Medicaid over the next 10 years, while they say between 4.2 trillion and 4.3 trillion in tax cuts to the wealthiest 2% over the next 10 years. How patriotic is what ATF is saying? Interesting.
Hmm.
Reynaldo Reyes, next church main event triple threat at the next church, the wrestling
Father, Son,
church.
and the Holy Ghost.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
not a bad idea. Is Stephanie going to make more appearances for WWE? Shane should as well.
Well, yeah, but don't know what's going on in Shane's world either.
Did you see that with Shane McMahon, by the way? That really interesting rumor that was going around?
What's that now?
So apparently, the AEW rumor was that he met with Tony Khan. Obviously, they took a picture together, so we saw that they actually did meet. Then he saw the Young Bucks at an airport. They took a picture with the Young Bucks. Supposedly, he wanted equity in the company. He wanted some sort of creative control as well. He wanted to have like a piece of the company and be able to run a piece of the company. Is the rumor, and now Tony Khan ghosted him, is what they're saying. That he
Really?
wasn't willing to give any of that up.
Hmm. Well, do we know if that's true?
We don't, but it was reported by Jonathan Coachman, your old buddy, the coach.
Okay. It must be true.
But I just find that so interesting that what did Tony think that he was going to have him come in as a character? Like, you know what I mean? Like he was just going to be a talent? Is that what he wanted him
Probably.
for?
Yeah,
Wow,
I
that's
have
it?
no idea. That'd be awesome, though.
I don't know if you watch any AEW, but they basically were teasing that Shane McMahon was coming in for weeks and then nothing happened. And this John Moxley faction literally just kind of just went like this and just it's like they were like building it up like they had this guy that was gonna like kind of take over and they're gonna, which obviously teasing that it was Shane and never happened.
Did they mention his name, or they
No,
just
nope.
allude?
Just like
Didn't
kind of
allude.
alluded to that they were having basically somebody was like kind of like their boss, kind of pulling the strings, and ended up being nobody. Ended up being Moxley was pulling his own strings.
Well, sometimes pulling your own strings is better than having anybody touching them.
Yeah, good point. But I just thought that was interesting. It's like, wow, if that's true, he ghosted Shane McMahon. No wonder Shane McMahon is get back at hanging out with Vince at the Super Bowl. Tony Khan AEW ghosted him.
Can't win them all.
Are you going to go to 80s Con here in May? Here, aka New Jersey. Are you going to 80s Con?
As of right now, no.
Dr. Tom, when Rick Rude beat up the Ultimate Warrior, were you there?
No, I wasn't there.
Barbara's also saying Hogan refused to wrestle Rick Rude because of this. That's such an interesting story because I was reading this and Ric Flair was saying this of all people that Hogan refused to wrestle Rude or something, which is actually completely kind of insane almost and crazy because they did wrestle in WWF in 1988 a few times. They wrestled.
Right.
But when Hogan got to, and Flair was saying he didn't want to wrestle in WCW, when Hogan got to WCW, Rude's career was already over at that point. So Rude's career ended in May of 94. Hogan doesn't come in until July of 94. So there's no crossing paths. I don't know where Flair got that from. Maybe he's confusing it with somebody else, but it's not Hogan because Hogan wrestled him in WWF and wasn't there in WCW for Rude. So, yeah, that story with Hogan refusing to wrestle him is not true.
Well, people get things confused sometimes. They
No
mix
doubt.
their words up. They mix their words up sometimes.
No doubt. Frank says, I just watched an old Corporal Kirshner shoot interview. He said that he realized that his run was over when several other wrestlers began waving the flag like Duggan and Hogan. Yeah, that is true. You don't kind of need that another patriotic gimmick if you got those guys.
Yeah, it's true. It is true.
Did you ever wrestle Corporal Kirshner? Like, did you guys ever cross paths?
Never did. No.
Mitch says The Rock is quote unquote the higher power. He's the new Vince. He's the new guy running things. He's a new corporation, if you will.
Very well could be.
How well did you get along with Dustin's ex-wife Terry? And that's from Jason.
Oh, I got along fine with her.
That's it. Nothing crazy. Nothing scandalous.
No, no crazy, no scandal.
The day after WrestleMania, the Raw after is the day when wrestlers make their WWE debuts. So, who do you want to see in WWE that hasn't been there yet?
Wow. I couldn't tell you.
How about Thrillbilly Silas Mason?
Well, yeah, but I thought we are talking reality here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He got in great shape. He looks like a guy WWE would want.
He looks
right?
incredibly
Jeez.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a monster. Jeez. I mean, he always was big, but now he looks like a monster.
Yes, he does. He's a big man.
Since Heyman owes CM Punk a favor and Heyman has connections with the Rock's family and Punk sells his soul to what if Punk sells his soul to Rock for the main event at WrestleMania? That's not a bad idea, right?
No, that'd be a good one. That'd be good.
And Punk's been dropping hints. He keeps calling himself the devil and Satan and stuff. He's kind of dropping hints that he would kind of turn heel in a second to get that spot.
Yeah, I could see that. Who's
Cody Punk would be
working with?
good. I don't know. He's at Elimination Chamber right now, so maybe he sells his soul to try to win that match to get a shot at Cody.
Well, we'll have to see.
Magazine Retriever. The wrongful death suit against Tammy Sitch has finally been settled. The family of the deceased man was only awarded $30,000.
That's horrible.
If you can pick any WWE legend to teach your students, who would you want? What WWE legend?
Yeah, you know what? I'll go with The Undertaker.
Nice, nice. Have you watched LFG yet? Have you seen Taker on there teaching?
I've seen some of it, yeah.
By the way, Dan says Trish, this is about Trish, she doesn't look younger and that we are pandering to Trish, by the way. So Dan does not believe that Trish looks younger.
Dan, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Yes, good point. Barbara says Macho Man Randy Savage was a minor league baseball player and could throw with either hand. I don't know how many other athletes and wrestlers could they compare him to. So I don't know if anybody else can do that, but that is pretty amazing that he could do that. He's kind of ambidextrous.
Yeah. Yeah, Randy was a really good baseball player.
David wants to know your thoughts on Cena. And do you think Cena could possibly turn heel?
No, I think they want Cena to go out as a baby face. But I like John Cena. I think John is the perfect guy to represent anybody's company. He's a pro in and out.
Since you mentioned The Undertaker, Ibsen was wondering Did you see him alongside Bubba Dudley? Or are you surprised to see him alongside Bubba Dudley training WB guys?
No, not really. Not really at all.
Seems like Cody learned a lot from his dad. He knows the top babyface draws money, and he's more like a politician now. What do you think about that?
I think that's the definition of a top babyface politician.
TBS could have kept this from Zippo, by the way. TBS could have kept WCW on as a comedy show.
Do you know the difference between a hippo and a zippo?
I forget. Damn it.
One's heavy and the other one's a little lighter.
Wow, that's right. That's right. I've heard that before. That's a good
Sure
one. I
you
like
are.
that.
Thank you.
Always radio VHS. I still find it weird that WWE even chose to put the world title on the head of another company. That has to be the first time since they put the belt on Flair in 1992.
What
Who the
are
hell
they
is the
talking
champion?
about?
Cody Rhodes is the champion. Gunther's the champ, right? Or am I thinking of something? What am I thinking of here? What is?
I don't know. What are they talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to get some explanation on that one. But here's Dell. According to an article in the Daily Beast, the Egyptian government will not divulge why Logan Paul is banned from Egypt, but some policymaker there watched a Logan Paul video that offended him.
There you have it.
Interesting. Drew Wilson, man, I love this show. Nice. Thank you, Drew. ATF, should surgery patients skip the anesthesia and just get punched by Hands of Stone Ronnie Garvin to save money since they no longer have insurance? Interesting.
Well, now it's been noted that all the insurance money goes to Ronnie. And in fact, before my shoulder surgery, he knocked me out twice.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want that to happen. Zippo says,
No.
do you have any stories about the quote-unquote chicken lady at the Olympic Auditorium? Rumor has it she was nuts from, I guess it is tertiary syphilis.
No, I don't have any stories about the chicken lady. There was a chicken lady in Houston because they called her Mama. She had the rubber chicken and booed the heels, cheered the baby faces, and stuff like that. No.
Love that. Dave's channel, Dr. Tom, congrats on being inducted into the Memphis Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Well, thank you, Dave. Channel.
And he said, but wow. Did you see Del Rios down there when you were inducted into the Hall of Fame? Did you see
I
Spellbound?
did. Yes, I did.
Was he inducted into the Hall of Fame as well?
He was.
Nice. Okay. Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Frank Nordquist. Interestingly enough, Ultimate Warrior spoke very well of Rick Rude in a 2005 shoot interview. He said that Rude really helped get him over.
Well, I can see that too. You know, Warrior being nice.
Got to be honest, I love that feud. So I thought it was awesome. Rude and Warrior.
Yeah.
Who does Tom want to see at the Raw after WrestleMania? Who do you want to see there, Dr. Tom? Anybody?
Well, sure. I would love to see the Throwbilly there. I would love to see. Geez, trying to think of who else is out there. It's not signed. I don't know. I'd like to be surprised.
Yeah, me too. Zippo says Tammy versus a grizzly bear with all proceeds going to the dead man's family. It's not actually a bad idea.
Yeah, no, but yeah,
And he said he's a big lighter.
that's true.
Trish looks from Phil. Trish looks quote unquote timeless. And yes, Virgil Runnels played baseball at WTS and briefly in the minor leagues. Wow.
Well, Dream was an athlete. Yeah, he was an athlete.
When are you coming to make an appearance for the WWE, or do you need a Legends contract?
No, you just need somebody to ask you to be there.
Scorch, I think that Trish looks amazing. We should all be so lucky to look that good at her age.
I agree.
Totally agree. Yes. Barbara, when training new wrestlers, do they get very upset if they accidentally get punched really hard? Do you need to tell them to suck it up or take it outside? How are such things handled? Thank you.
Yeah, I explained to him it's not ballet, and you're going to get hit, and you have to take solid shots, and sometimes things are going to happen, but that's part of wrestling, and that's part of what this is. So if they can't take this in training, how are they going to take it when it's in front of people? So I don't. Yeah, they need to shake it off. It's uh, it's a lot different than it was, but it doesn't need to be so soft.
ATF, I believed everything Tom Prichard said until now. No human could survive 2 punches from the hands of Stone Running Garvin. Now I doubt his name is even Tom Prichard. Wow, ouch.
Let me go on the record and say that I misspoke. I meant 1.5 punches. I think he threw one and then the other half. Yeah, so it's just 1.5. But I did take 1.5 punches from Ronnie Garvin. I was knocked out.
Mitch says, "Who's going chicken hunting?" I think that's an old Insane Clown Posse song. Who's going chicken hunting? We going chicken hunting. Yeah, I think modern day cowboy likes ICP.
If anybody out there is out there listening from Tennessee, they know about snipe hunting around here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Mitch, by the way, saying Miro would make a great appearance on Raw after Mania. There's a free agent now that left
yeah. There you
AEW,
go. Yeah,
or Aleister Black. There's another one.
yeah. Good point.
Barbara says Trish is absolutely gorgeous. She looks amazing.
I
And then
agree.
throws out there that Mandy Rose has been talking smack about Tiffany Stratton. Could we see Mandy coming back soon?
Don't doubt it.
She's another one. Yeah, is in great shape for sure. She
Yeah.
did. She did complain about Tiffany Stratton using some of her old lines.
Well, then she better watch out. Tiffany
I think
better watch out.
I feel like you got to trademark everything nowadays. You know what I mean? Because somebody's going to just steal it and they're going to steal your stuff. Got to
Yeah,
trademark it.
yeah.
What's missing from Cody's title reign? Realism, a strong storyline, better opponents.
No, I think Cody's going down the road he should be going, and they're making the story interesting. And I think that most people are biting on it and listening to it and watching it. Um, I know people are watching it because we're doing a birthday party for this little 5-year-old kid who idolizes Cody Rhodes, and his mom couldn't tell me enough how she said I wasn't into wrestling, but I watched it, and then I got so caught up in the bloodline story with Cody Rhodes and The Rock and everything. And she said it just I never thought I'd get into this, but I really did. And she was laughing, but she said it's such good storytelling. So I think Cody is connecting with a lot of people.
Big time. Man,
Yeah,
his merch is off. I was checking today. His merch is off the charts. How much stuff he's got on there? It's just insane. And at the live shows, they can't keep the stuff out there. I mean, it just goes. It just as soon as they put it out, it's gone. So he's over like Rover. And the thing is too, which is so interesting. People were saying that they don't like his title run. He hasn't had that strong of opponents. It's too predictable. Well, all they do is keep selling out and keep the business keeps going up and up. So it's like, well, I guess people like that. Sometimes.
yeah, yeah. Again, it goes back to I like strawberries, and I like to go fishing. When I go fishing, I put worms on the hook because I'm trying to catch fish. So if people are biting and selling tickets, why not keep giving them what they're buying and selling tickets for? So
Yes.
that's
Yes.
what they're doing with Cody, and Cody's doing a great job.
Nice little curveball here with The Rock, too. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
How was a dirty white girl behind the scenes versus Tammy?
Um, you know, she was young too, but she knew when to be quiet and listen. And Tammy had a little more confidence and egotistical. But I mean, it happens when you're young and dumb and stupid and being featured first time, and everybody's telling you how great you are. But Dirty White Girl is a lot better than Tammy was backstage. That's for sure.
Your brother says that he's a black belt in karate. True or false?
That's true.
Nice. Love that for Bruce. Dell says, speaking of taking hard shots to the face, I remember when John Cena's nose broke and it bent to the side. Cena finished the match. That had to be agonizing. Do you remember that?
Vaguely, yeah, but I mean that's what the guys just do. And that's what they did anyway. They just finished the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot over the years. So many guys hurt and you just finish it, but I don't know anymore. They might just stop the damn match or something like that.
Right. Right. That was unheard of.
What's the difference between a Donnybrook and a Pier 6 brawl?
Well, one's down by the Donnybrook, and the babbling brook runs by very slowly, and occasionally it gets a rapid twist to it. And Pier 6 is down by the old Pier 6, and that's the difference.
Makes sense to me. Makes sense.
Perfect sense.
How is Corny doing? When was the last time you spoke?
Last year.
Oh, it's been a while.
Well, we're in February.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
He was at the Queen of the Ring premiere. It looked like the new movie with
he's Sam Munchnick in it.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, he was at the premiere. Very cool.
They had pictures of that on Facebook.
Yes, I think John Cosper, the author, the June Byer author, posted it. I believe.
Wow. Okay.
And she's in the movie. I forget who plays June Byer, but she's in the movie.
Wow.
Oh, actually, Camille plays her, doesn't she? Doesn't Camille play June Byer?
I have no idea.
Camille Brickhouse, I think, does. Yeah, the great former NWA Women's Champion plays her. What's the difference between a small package and an inside cradle?
What you called it at the time.
That's it? That's the only difference?
Yeah, I think they're both the same.
From Craig Seaback. In Stampede, bloody noses were a regular occurrence. Brett and Dynamite traded many of them.
Yeah, I can see that. I can sure see that.
Did you see WrestleMania 42 will be in New Orleans? The Rock came back and announced that. What did you think?
Well, good for New Orleans, I guess.
Too soon, though, to announce it? You shouldn't wait till after WrestleMania 41 to announce it?
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. What is there any speculation why they would do something like that? Announce it?
The only thing Rock said was they were supposed to announce it at the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl was in New Orleans and he couldn't make it or they couldn't pull it off. So they waited to the next time they were in New Orleans to announce it.
Oh.
And that was Friday at SmackDown. So I don't know if that's true or not. That would have been nice to do it at the Super Bowl. You would have had a huge audience to do it in front of, like during media day and everything. It would have got a lot of attention, but they couldn't work it out.
Well, they know now.
Who's the worst announcer ever?
There's a few that I can think of, but I don't know their names. I just know. I think Lord Athol Leighton back in the old days probably be the worst. Looking back on what I grew up with, I think Steve Stack or Nick Baby Doll's dad. What was his name?
Oh, damn.
Nick Roberts. Nick Roberts. So he just, I mean, they were just talking back then. They were just making up stuff and holds and names of stuff because nobody really knew the right names. They've been called like the inside cradle and small package are pretty much the same thing. An Oklahoma roll is just without trapping the arm, you jump over, you put your hand on Yeah. But I always trap the arm on the Oklahoma roll. So it's just a matter of opinion and call it what you think you need to call it.
After Ricky Saints joined WWE, can WWE bring in Rusev and Aleister Black for returns? What do you think about that? Wouldn't that be crazy?
Well, I was going to say, what couldn't they? I mean,
Why not? Why not? Zippo says Daddy Doll instead of Baby Doll, Daddy Doll.
no. Nick Roberts was his name.
How's Stan Lane doing, by the way?
Last time I talked to Stan was last year too. Stan's doing okay. He looks great.
Stan is the man. All right, let's wrap this bad boy up and head towards the plugs. Dr. Tom, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at 2Man Power Trip. Follow Dr. Tom at Dr. Tom Prichard. What else you got going on in this crazy world?
You can go to jpwrestlingacademy.com, find out. Hit the training tab at the top of the page, and it'll tell you how to get my book. If you want an autographed copy, you can email me at jpwrestlingacademy@gmail.com and just tell me what you want.
Any possible way that you will sell your soul to the Rock?
It'll be either right before or after Hell Freezes over.
Barbara's always way on top of the game, asking for autographed copies. Look at that; she's always on top of it.
Yep, I knew she would be.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, the Modern Day Cowboy. Thank you, Ibsen, but he wants to do another meet and greet with you. Matty R. Thank you, Matty R. With smoking that ciggy. Nice. Ibsen's a very, very intrigued. He wants you to somehow come back to New Jersey. So you're going to have to work on that.
I'll work on it.
All right. Thank you, everybody out there, for listening. See you right back here next week for a little Take It to School with Dr. Tom. Have a next week, folks.